Alright, here we have the DIY solar generator battery box. It's in a Pelican cargo case, BX80, and you can see the top is mounted. We have a button here to pre-charge the inverter so we don't arc the terminals or damage the capacitors. There's a 20 ohm resistor on that. This is the battery disconnect. This is a DC charging port rated for 30 amps. This is a solar charging port rated for 45 amps from the power pole connectors. This actually, I believe, is rated for 45 amps as well. Under here, we've got 4 of the DC ports, right? You can plug, I've got 2 devices to plug in here, car chargers that will charge USB. Now the reason I went with these over the panel mount USB ports is because none of the panel mount USBs have buck boost converters in them to guarantee the outputs that are needed, right? Whereas the USB car chargers, when you plug them in here, they have the buck boost converters built into them. So if technology changes, I can just upgrade the car charger and not have to worry about changing out the panel mount. Underneath here, we've got 4 power pole connectors. These are all rated, again, at 45 amps, but they're fused at 30. So maximum of 30 amps draw for these. This is just an AC infinity fan controller, which will control these 2 vent fans here. This is the power button here for the inverter. You can turn it on or off as we go. And then this right here is the battery manager or battery controller, right? Battery management's all built into the batteries, but this actually tells you how much power you're drawing, as well as the various different voltages and amperages. So just to get underneath here. So underneath here, it's a mess. You can see there's a lot of wires, right? So we've got 2 100 amp hour batteries, LI time batteries with built-in battery management systems. Over here, there's the solar charge controller, and then down at the bottom is the Victron inverter. So that's a 1000 watt inverter, and then that's the mppt 100-50 Victron solar charge controller. And over here, everything's hooked up to a fuse using Anderson power poles as a Anderson power pole distribution block there. And we've got the DC bus and AC bus, excuse me, the DC bus positive and negative over here, as well as the shunt back there to feed the battery display. So when we go ahead and turn this thing on, we have to pre-charge the inverter. Hold that down for a few seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Turn the power on. You can see here we now have power to the fans as well as the battery system. And you can see it's a nice little color display on this device here. Pretty nifty little device. Actually tells you how much time is left on the batteries, as well as from a charging perspective how much time is left to charge them as well, if I was to plug a charger in here. Turn the inverter on again. You hit that button there, turns on the inverter. I can program the fans to kick in at a certain temperature, or I can just turn them on in general right here to vent out the cabinet itself. On the side is where the AC ports are. Right here for the inverter, we've got 2 AC ports. It's kind of hard to see where they're at. So basically this is it. This is the box. Just go ahead and turn these off. And again, I can plug in the car chargers over here to plug in USB 65 watt or up to 100 watt actually of USB charging capability over here. And the good news about this is the inverter and the solar charge controller are HF silent, so this box can be used with ham radio. So just wanted to share this with everybody, and if you got any questions, let me know down in the comments. Thanks for watching.